Langrisser is an SRPG series, but outside of the mobile game, only the first title has had an English release, called Warsong. Now the first two in the series are being bundled in a package with remade art. A demo has released that lets you play the first 3 scenarios of 1 and the 4th to 6 of 2. From playing the demo, that has no tutorial that I could see, it has some different and interesting mechanics to the usual SRPGs. For one, your commanders hire mercenaries from certain classes before battle. Any kills they make give your commander experience. Enemies also have lead units, but killing the commanding officer will make their subordinates disappear, and vice versa. So, while it's good to kill the other units for experience, you'll also want to position yourself to cut them off at the source. You can move and use all units as you want, but if you're a bit lazy and end your phase without moving mercenary units, they'll follow their AI command. This will depend on what AI command you've given them. While with most moves you can move then attack, magic requires you to do it first, and no moving afterwards. This means you'll need to be constantly placing your magic units within spell reach of enemies, while making sure they survive onto the next turn so that they can actually cast a spell. Even from the first few maps, there's some difference in required strategies. Unfortunately, sometimes it requires protecting allies who are stupid at best. In the Langrisser II demo, a fire spread from the top of the map, requiring me to push down towards the hordes of enemies. Reinforcements are also quite common from the enemies. While mercenaries cost gold, I found that I usually made a good profit, so I didn't hold back. On maps you'll find sparklies to collect, giving gold or items. I had to go out of my way to get them, and sometimes the scenario would end beforehand. There are some basic units with class promotions of commanders, the usual buffs, and some spells that work more on different enemy types. Outside of commanders, there are some interesting unit types such as harpies, fairies, archer elves, and lizard men, among others. I'm not sure if the game has been balanced differently. In the full version of the game you'll be able to replay chapters, so even if it does get hard, you can grind. While there are some good points about it, most of the presentation is quite lacking. You can choose between classic and remastered art, with the option to apply this to only characters or the maps as well. Sadly, this does not change how the units look on map, which is my main gripe with the appearance. All units are drawn in a chibi-esque style that is strikingly familiar to Fire Emblem Heroes, especially odd when they have a mobile game with its own chibi style for units. Even with full classic art on, in the battle screens the backgrounds will be that of the remaster. Enemy fights will show units clashing, but you can turn those off completely or just skip them manually. I found the female characters to look better in the original style, mostly, and the other way around for males. Outside of some of the women's outfits, I found the redesigns to not be that drastic. Of course, there is no pick and choose option. The remake art also gives some CGs, which are okay, often with a second of black screen between them. There is Japanese only voice acting. I'm not sure if there will be English, but I doubt it. The music itself is great. You can choose between the original or remastered soundtrack, and personally I found either to be sufficient. Since it's the same song, they sound good either way. While the presentation is a sore point, the overall gameplay mechanics were interesting enough to me. It doesn't seem that there is save data transfer since you can't save after the last battle. It does say you'll get a bonus for your demo save data, whatever that'll be. If I don't get a review code for this, I probably won't be picking it up on launch, as it releases in March, with different dates depending on your region, and actually doesn't come out until Animal Crossing launch day in Australia. Bye!